not a hardware error, which is better than a hardware error. For some reason, the audio had been set to disconnected or not available, so I don't know. I don't know why that was, but anyway, we're gonna get right into it, back into it. Okay. This was right before the boss, too. Of Lenegis. I had stocked up on items thinking that I wasn't going to be able to get any items on Lenegis, but that's not the case, so I think we're good. Oh, we do need CP here. Look at that. We're at 344. Okay. So we're going to take this. We cannot cook, unfortunately. So, and my controller's acting up again. It's looking that way for no reason. I really gotta fix this. Here, you know what? I'm gonna actually seriously fix this tomorrow. Alright, let's get the cutscene and get to the boss. This is the chick that hates Dohaling?
Gloria, how did you get in here?
Yes, so.
Something about her isn't right.
She's a robot.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
She's got an orb. Watch out.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later.
Preposterous.
Anything in the... What? I've never known Faria to handle noodles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a magnetron? Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zugo. Then we get some answers.
First we got the hand of the Zugo. What's going on? It's got a little spin.
In a bind?
Here I come. I'm not done.
Too much to handle? Here it goes! This one's mine!
Dragon Form.
A charge like that could easily be fatal. Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
I won't save Rinwell's special, I'll just go for it.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
This one's mine!
Not today. Dragon Form. Raining
The heck was that?
Dragon
guy's pretty easily dodgeable.
Flare Demolisher!
Here's a hero.
Oh, she says Flare Demolisher.
Take it down.
I thought it was like Slayer Demolisher for some reason. This whole time.
Annihilation. Feel. This one's mine. Dance in the wind. Air thrust and light accelerated. Dance in the wind. Feel. That'll bring you down. Going in. Here's the healing arc. Lightning orb. This one's mine. Raging cascade. Look sharp. Launching the stop time. Look sharp. Confiscating. Lightning. Lunar arc. Lightning orb. Here's the evil. Ready to go. Here's the going in. Armor won't save you.
Ah, get out from behind him.
Look sharp. Punch it far enough.
Healing circle.
Down.
You're on. Do it. Get toasty.
Half-Life.
Burn strike.
Annihilation. Magna ray. I'm all set. Going in. Magna ray. Sweet now.
Or special. Don't get him knocked down either. That's no good. Run away. Run away. Get out. Get out. Get out. Oh no. Oh, she's going all at it now. Holy crap. Now that he's half-life.
This one's mine. I'll be taking this one.
He's gonna knock down, yes.
Tiger Flame. I'm all up. Dark Steel. Mega Ray. Going in. Annihilation. Lightning. Not in your dreams. Lightning condemned.
I don't know who's he attacking. Shit.
Raging Cascade. It's weakened.
This BG with crit is freaking amazing.
I said almost. Don't get carried away. This one's mine.
Oh shit.
Take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher. Here it comes. Focus.
On your toes, everyone. Need to pull myself together.
Oh come on. I was out of.
I'll heal you all. Healing circle. Feel. Here goes. Confiscating. Here. Time for shot. Photon flash. More with that radiant. Here. One guard. Dance in the hurricane strike. Here. Mega ray.
I'll smash you.
Tiger flame.
Get out. Get out. These boss battles are getting a lot easier, I've noticed. Like the second we can actually afford potions and stuff is the second we don't need potions.
In an instant. Impact block.
Now it's just her. Faria, can you hear me? Faria.
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Forgive me. Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some.
Dohalim? Why do you say his name like that?
I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact.
So I just
You
forget.
remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion.
Huh?
Thank you.
Solve the mystery.
You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same
Ah,
team, right?
shucks.
Let's move on.
Oh shit, we do have food left.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What's going on here?
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
It is alive. It's alive. The heck?
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Yeah, we don't know.
Let's keep
We don't know
moving.
yet.
If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past.
Let's
I
go.
have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens. I just need a little time first.
Yeah, is this like a point of no return or what?
That vision we saw, it was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to
What?
the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
Should we save it? Let's get it.
Soon, we might very well have to be ready to face anything.
The only way is
I'm determined
forward.
to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that.
Hey, what the heck?
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
And our cutscenes.
This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past
Ozo,
being
how's it
surprised
going?
at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out.
We lit.
It might give us a new lead.
We're beating bosses tonight.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How did they keep it from falling?
No, no good leaf,
Whoever the
man.
Sovereign is,
Bummed.
they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
No leaves.
Did
The
no one
F.
ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, sovereigns and forbidden zones weren't
Leafs or
exactly
die.
table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed
Leafs
place,
or bust.
at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
Yeah, they are. Gotta roll them up and smoke them somehow.
I think I can make this work.
Out of focus. Out of focus. Just doing that ever since I put the lights
Well,
up.
Can you make head or tail of it?
These
How's
are
the
shadows, by
car
looks of it.
going? The car adventure.
Names of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danon astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup.
Oh no.
Creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danon. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into
I have a
utilizing
code
force
name?
field
So
crystals for the
cool.
purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the master cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
Didn't want him to pay off the rest of the finance.
About the lords.
Why
Why
not?
would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait,
What is it? Did you find something?
it's a list of names, with the title Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful.
It's Alphen. Alphen is a
Test
success.
subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
Oh shit. He's the test tube baby that worked out.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
So your brother's friend was selling him the car.
What about the
and
others?
he didn't
Was that the
feel
only one?
like your brother could pay off the loan, so he didn't end up selling it.
Subject
So you
number
have no car?
10105. Ethnicity NA. Unique adjustment index generation NA. Given name
Shion. It's gonna be Shion. Oh no, it's Volron.
But that means
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
he's the last one. In
I thought it
3
was your
centuries
brother.
worth of
Oh, well,
records,
yeah,
you
your
and
brother bought it
Volron
for
are the
you.
only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
Well, that sucks. What's the plan now?
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the sovereign, then who was
Well,
it?
I have a feeling we're gonna figure out who it was.
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie.
This is sounding like a
Person I'm willing to
pyramid
bet is
scheme.
behind all this.
Other people buying cars for other people and then financing.
it's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme.
Guy just wants his money, basically.
She could be working for someone
Now
else.
instead of later,
Someone back
right?
on the Renan homeworld.
Either way,
You know, you can't
fair to
blame
say
him for
she's
that, I
definitely
guess,
involved
right?
Somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's
So
behind
just come
all
up
this,
with the money
or
somehow.
what
If your
motivates
friend can do it, that'd be
unfortunately.
good. Or if your brother's friend, rather.
I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all. But you're welcome to take a look through what
But
you
is he
can
gonna sell it to
while
someone
waiting.
else in the meantime?
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the sovereign. And Volron as well. The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it?
That'd be
Was
cool.
there really no other way?
That's a good
Or
friend, man.
could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
When money gets involved in large quantities,
Alphen.
it can cause issues, right?
Fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
That's
Yeah.
pretty
We wouldn't
cool.
just sit by and watch you spiral out of
4,000
control.
break.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way,
That's a
you
good
can
deal,
count on
man.
us to guide you back. To
You
remind
would
you
have
of home.
pounce on that,
And
right?
I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
You could then just flip it for 13,000 and pocket
Okay.
4 grand. If you wanted to. Lords. We're going to explore Lords. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of the Renan populace are chosen to act as Lords, vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority as well as one of 5 elemental realms to administer, and its corresponding master core. They are also assigned an ID crest indicating their designated element. The selection process is based only on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables, such as age, have no bearing whatsoever, because only the strongest go on to become lords. The position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that lords are not only individuals capable of drawing out a Master Core's powers, all Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, the replacement must be quickly prepared. Oh, that's why he's doing it, because if you don't pay him, then he's still gonna make out, or if you aren't able to pay him back or something. That makes sense. Unique Adjustment Index Test Subject Report. The following is a report on the second successful case of Sovereign Test Subject Experimentation. So that's Volron. Test subject, blah blah blah, Volron. Although subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental inability along with strong distaste for following orders. As such, the risk it possesses surpasses even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. Addendum. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subjects to be elevated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. The loopholes. Teach me. Teach me all the loopholes. Oh, what kind of interior does it have? Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Danan subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitude is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is still not guaranteed for those who survive it. This instability, coupled with the Sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lenegis if left unchecked. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism while utilizing the Sovereign in the spirit channeling ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternate methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Danan subjects are authorized to continue. Addendum 2. Unit 2 adjustments are a success. Subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. It's a coffee brown. Ah, okay, that's nice. What's the outside color? Oh, so it's black, the outside is black and then it's coffee on the inside. The Maiden. The Maiden acts as the Sovereign support mechanism for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority to digress. The Renan subject serves its functions, providing the Sovereign with the supplemental dark astral it lacks in tandem with the Renan's Alma. During the ceremony, it is partly responsible for astral energy conversion, as well as maintaining stability over the Sovereign's own powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sovereign has been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects. Because of this, trial activations of the Sovereign without the Maiden present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, Neither the Sovereign nor the Maiden are to be informed about the details of the spirit channeling plan. Addendum 1. Mental instability in the Maiden has been deemed the cause of the past Sovereign's rampancy. Countermeasures must be considered. Addendum 2. In line with plan adjustments, the current subject will have its Maiden registration revoked and return to its original household. Huh. So they both have to be present for the spirit channel ceremony or whatever, or it doesn't work. Wow, there's so much here. Oh, black on and coffee on the inside. Pearl white. Huh. That's kind of a cool color combination, actually. Master cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belongs to one of the 6 elements. 5 of these master cores, those with earth, wind, fire, or light, are loaned to Renin lords at the time of the crown contest. Only the darker master core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renis Alma is ready to be reformed. It's top secret. Underneath the master core's spherical outer layer is a force field crystal used for the purposes of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of their tenure, each lord competes in the crown contest to amass their allotted type of astral energy. In the event of an emergency, each lord may be allowed to withdraw from their respective stock of astral energy as necessary. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Addendum 1. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renis Alma materializes. Be advised that active master cores may resonate with other master cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Addendum 2. Due to stress regeneration of the Renis Alma, master cores will cease to be deployed and the crown contest will be permanently halted. Now, it doesn't sound bad. I'm kind of envisioning it. What do you mean, what is a big spec car? What does that mean? Spirit cores are end terminals used for the collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout its body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host body itself. Because of this emanated energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. This means that Danans must be employed to harvest astral energy for the purpose of the crown contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that the spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their death. Spirit cores can be embedded in Zoogles to control them via astral arts. Addendum: increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death or maximum astral energy yields still pending. Oh, that is quite the name. Why the heck? Freaking autofocus, man. Yeah, it's too long, man. Lenegis, a large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign Maiden and Renis Alma within the central core of Lenegis. It is comprised of classified and essential personnel residence zones around a large conduit, along with a defensive layer surrounding them. This outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit while simultaneously functioning as a stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, the deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to residential zones. That's what we saw. However, because that only takes place during the final stage of the Spirit Challenge, no contingency plan to address said damage is needed. Until that phase, Lenegis serves as a central base of operations for management and execution of the crown contest on Dan. Warning: any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. That's great. The longer the rarer. What about Model 1? That's pretty short. A massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. It serves as the tip of the Lenegis conduit from which it separates. Upon landing in Dana waters, it extends two sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways proceed to envelop the entire surface. So that's what we saw fall from the sky. Once activated, it links to the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm, efficiently harvesting the planet's astral energy en masse. The accumulated energy is then transmitted to Brenna via Lenegis. As construction and adjustment take place in the Forbidden Zone's regulator area, Lenegis' outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-autonomously, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interface with it when necessary. No other personnel is required for it to function. Denim 1, Detachable Harvester 1, was lost on Dana after exploding due to the rampancy exhibited by the soft. Detachable Harvester 2 landing point will remain the same as that of the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography, enabling easier connection to the center of Dana. Wow, this is quite, we're getting really in depth with this shit. Dare I say, too in depth. Oh, we only got one more console to read. We only got one more. Mark 1, yeah, that's a rare. I have no idea actually. Because Mark, the higher the mark is the rarer, right? Usually, typically. Sedative mask. A device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. It was developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. Medical applications are also recognized, particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended, as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. Addendum: due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lenegis, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. Brainwashing report. I wonder what this is going to say. That's true. Like if you have a Mark 10 or whatever, your Mark 1 is probably going to be the rarest. That's a good point. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging from Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. This system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Danans alike to enslavement. It serves as the realm's current lord and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or special devices. Rather, it has done so by sheer governance. Given this method's effectiveness of population control, monitoring of the situation will continue. Addendum 1. Collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression, rooted in violence and fear, has proven to be key to this style of rule. Once the subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposal infantry and slaves for manual labor. Item 2. Soldiers in Lenegis who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. Results will be monitored. Oops. Right. The older the Mark 1s would be, so that means that they would be rare just because they're old. They're probably cooler. I was gonna my NSX battery is dead. I was gonna charge it up this weekend because it's a long weekend, but I need a freaking need a battery tender. I have one for the vet that's always on it, and I didn't want to take it off. So I ordered one, and I gotta put it off to next weekend. Like a trickle charger. Hook up to your battery so it doesn't go... No, not a jump pack. Well, no, it's like a trickle charger. You just keep it connected when it's, in your garage. for cars that like don't get used very often to keep the battery full. They have a couple. Yeah, exactly. They have like it's called a trickle charger or a battery tender. They have a few names for it. So I had to order one. I already have one, but I didn't want to take it off the vet. You don't? I've been afraid of kind of using them because I don't know why, to be honest. I didn't want to have to hook it up. You know, it's kind of a pain in the ass. But I do have electrical problems with the NSX, so I have to keep them on. If I want to, the battery's completely dead. There's some sort of electrical short that I can't find. So give me a second. I will be right back. I have no idea what the electrical problem is. That's the problem. Some sort of short. So the battery drains real quick.
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill.
So she locks him
Sorry for what
away
you've endured.
in
Renan
cold
never should have dragged
storage.
you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further.
'Cause your mind's
Let
fucked
yourself
up.
Go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Farewell.
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But...
10% chance. So you're telling me there's a chance?
If I don't get back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Elfin. But doing this will grant you even the slightest chance. I have to try.
She got lucky. What happened?
I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
Yeah, it dies too quickly. That's the problem. That'd be the problem.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her
Did they
everything.
all see this vision?
More than
I
I could
guess.
ever hope
I
to
guess so.
repay.
Hey, Adorable, how's it going?
Now that you know how she felt,
A
how
suit
do you
like
plan on
that?
honoring her wishes.
She kept her promise.
A full
If the Renan people she
full,
fought so
plate
desperately to
armor
protect
suit?
at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight.
Yeah, they're all in suits. I'm assuming you meant this one.
It made me Iron Mask.
It's got
She
like
did it to
daggers
prevent your
hanging
soul
from it.
tearing itself apart.
Yeah, it is pretty badass.
She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to
Oh,
survive.
hers. She owns the one to the right. Wait, can I can swap.
And you did.
Oops. This one. It is pretty badass. It's like a vampire. It's like a vampire. Yeah, this is pretty badass. Tiara. Yeah, you can actually toggle the tiara on and off. Like this. Let's see. How did I do it? I already forgot how to do it. Oh, here we go. I liked the tiara, so I had to have it. See? Oh, you can do like a braided? Oh, the braided looks... Let's go! Now we can, you know, do some farming and shit. With our firearms. Yeah, so I like the tiara. The tiara was the shit. I don't know why it sits so far back on her head, but it does look good. Yeah. Now her hair, it's all up in that hat. All of this huge ponytail is now within this small straw hat. It's classic. Alright, let's swap back. Now chucking out her cool outfit. I like his outfit too. Alright, I think the boss is this way. How would you handle a ponytail that large, Adorable, when you're in battle? You just bun it all up? Scrunchie the crap out of it? Physically move your head? Yeah, but like she jumps around all the time, you know? Her ponytail would be whipping her face.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit
These
channel
real world problems. Come on now.
This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult out
I have a feeling we're going to be
there will
fighting the Red
time to
Woman
dwell on the past
here
later.
soon.
For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
I think she's going to be the boss. The boss lady.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
Her dragon form.
It's been a year since the ceremony.
I wish we had some dragon
That day,
forms.
I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is she like in the AI
Is this
right now?
another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
Did she upload herself into the computer?
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
I like the feathers on the arm.
But
Or the
that
shoulder.
power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was
Goosebumps.
a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it.
Those feathers seem out of place, but they seem really cool too. It's like a splash of color on a black and white canvas.
I did what I could. Using my abilities as the Maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it.
So she
Anything to
uploaded
make up
herself.
for my failure. But I didn't know how.
You're gonna tell us how?
Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be.
Lass.
The Renis Alma was lost.
Who talks like
And
that?
Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden. To buy the world what little time I could.
Yeah, we get it. How did you do it?
The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted. And for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well.
Vas, Meti, Arg.
Please, forgive me.
You
I never
scallywags.
meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more.
Yeah, it's kind of the same outfit,
Wait,
but
you
a
can't
little
just-
different. You don't like her outfit?
Naori.
I liked it.
That message.
Shion's is way better.
Was it?
'Cause it's got
directly
more
from
detail.
Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
Showing too much shoulder. That's why she has the... Oh, she has a shoulder pad and an ear feather, too.
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
We need to wear the costumes.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, master cores and spirit vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
Any person wearing white is always
impossible.
dies.
You really think so?
I do. We can rid you
You're
of your
probably
thorns
right.
and
I
stop
haven't
the world from
even
falling
thought of
to
that.
oblivion.
Like it has to be
Spirit
splattered with
channeling
blood,
ceremony
right?
already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right.
If you see white, it has to be splattered with blood.
But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
So why are there clones
I know
of
it's
these
too
people
early
now?
to
I
let myself
don't...
feel relieved,
What
but
the heck?
I just can't seem to help it.
These like holograms or
Just
some shit?
hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
Oh wait,
No,
it's
isn't.
us.
You
We
gotta
already
hope to
dressed
believe
up.
it.
Okay, I get it.
It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you.
Not die.
Naori
Not die is
entrusted
good.
us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was
It's a good idea.
well-placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now
All right.
we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renin lore is bound to be a useful asset.
They
Boss?
say
Boss yet?
modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included. Now
So
look,
yeah, she has her hair up there. She braided
last
it
I
up.
heard, we had an apocalypse to stop.
Braided it.
Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion.
All right,
You
Mozo
paid
man.
a heavy price for it, and then
Have a
fell
good
asleep
one.
for 300 years.
Thanks
The
for
reason you lost
stopping
your
by.
memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
We'll check you later.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my
Peace out.
friends are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell.
Did she just braid her
Working
ponytail
lives
and then
or
just wrap it
snack,
around her head?
Embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've
You're
still
right,
got plenty
Alphen.
of fighting
You've always
ahead,
been right.
and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Alright, we ready to kick some butt here? Finally? We don't have enough SP for anything, really. I guess we could buy something here, but... she doesn't have the greatest selection there, so let's move on. Oh, we got some... oh... is that just the costumes, or is that actual weapons? Oh, we already got it equipped. It automatically equipped it. Yeah, we styling. Styling, yo. Look at that shoulder pad I got. Alright, we have a skit here. Let's watch it.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The one separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Alright. Moving on. Alright. I have a feeling there's the boss is coming up, so let's save this beast.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
Let's do it. That's a cool shot.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Nods. All right. There's a heal. That means there's definitely a boss up here.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to
What the heck
illuminate
is
you
kitsch?
further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach.
Free
It's the
lunch.
soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
All right. Here we go. Save it again. Let's get it. Our CP is so low.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Red woman.
Wait though, something doesn't seem right here.
Yeah, he's being controlled or something.
Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey look, over there.
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion.
I don't think we want to find out.
We cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman!
The Red
we
Woman
finally
is
found
the
you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
Let's get it. Let's fight.
What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
Do we have to fight for these things?
They're the true rulers of Rena.
Shit, there's 3 of them.
It's no use, Alchemy. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting just here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Burn in hell!
This one's mine.
Dragon Swarm!
Confiscated.
We can't kill one. Oh shit. Got sawed. I got fucking sawed. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Can I just attack any of these and do damage? Holy fuck, man. Jesus Christ.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun? No way. Going in.
Dragon Swarm! I'll smash you!
On guard. This one's my shield.
You're gonna heal? Okay, life bottle this shit. She ever fucking... Thank you. Let's do orange gels. We're gonna need it here. She's like out of the area and she still died somehow. I need heals. Heals. Jesus Christ.
No, can't end here. No further.
Here goes! Take this! More with that Glacial fire!
Try harder.
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Light up the dark! All right! Healing circle! You get this!
Burn!
This one's mine! Here, shield!
Dragon swarm.
Ready to go!
Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god.
Not done yet.
I don't like 3 enemies that you can't kill one of them. They all have the same health. My god, dude.
Not done yet.
I won't give up!
What the fuck?
Look sharp! I can't lose! Hurricane strike! Look sharp! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's the
Why are you attacking, Shion? Fucking attack. I mean, heal.
bring you back from death's abyss! I can't heal you forever! They've got us cornered! They're not gonna...
Jesus Christ, Shion.
Quite yet!
You're right. We can still turn this around.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Hurricane strike! Far enough! Here, hurricane strike! Going in!
Now you see what I can do. In a bind.
Going in! Dance in the wind! Dragon form! Hurricane strike! This one's mine! Piercing roar!
Try harder.
Well, this one's mine.
Dragon form. No.
Oh my god, dude. Serious.
Try harder.
Look sharp! Photon raging blade!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa. How about this?
Dragon form.
Where are you going? Look sharp! Steel!
Dragon form.
I'll be saving this one!
This one's mine.
Blow away.
Why am I getting fucking hit right now? Fuck.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Stay away from my...
Finally. Actually, that wasn't that bad.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Like 4 life bottles and 2 CP items.
Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
Oh no, unless that's just phase 1.
What? It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Me? I say.
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think?
Take the Renis Alma already.
Did you really think
Jesus.
that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Boron was kidnapped just like Alvin? But then he became a...
Why 300 years apart? That's my
A
question.
slave from Dana. Just like us.
Who cares?
Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Dana are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Haha. Yeah?
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
So there's a master.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alma!
We knew that was gonna happen. Why didn't you just take it instead of fucking chatting about it?
Too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Outfit!
Get to the spaceship! Oh my gosh, are we gonna lose Shion from the party again? I'm gonna be pissed. I do not want to use Dohalim. Jump? Is that what he's saying? Yeah! And you're gonna fall. Guy's gonna bug eye out, jeez.
Go. But no, I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Yeah, as he's burning up, that makes no sense.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything, who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Crazy? You're crazy,
Are
yo.
you two okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers and Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renus Alma. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
We're going to
mentioned
Rena,
the
yo.
master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renus Alma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're
Thanks,
agreed.
Dohalim. We really
Set
needed
back
that
to the starship.
information.
But seriously, I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human
They
at all.
always had
They
black
definitely
eyes.
weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day?
How about you, Shion? Dohalim? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance.
There's
Why
more
would
of
they
them,
do
though.
such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renus Alma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Oh, we can't go back that way. We have to run all the way back? Oh, there's a new background here. I actually don't like the background as much as the other one. Why do I have to walk so far? Oh, I don't. I could probably just fucking travel, huh? What am I thinking? No, I can't travel. Why can't I travel? Wait, we have to go back through the dungeon? No, no. What the F? What the F? Oh my gosh, dude. Have no CP. Just gonna run. Dude, why? Why wouldn't it let me travel? This is so lame. This is really stupid.
I won't show you any mercy!
Bring him down!
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all
It's called
out.
nighttime.
Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
I will be right back.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt
Yeah,
you'll be
he
hearing
ain't
from
gonna-
him anytime soon.
He ain't gonna help you.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Yeah, he did.
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Please.
Don't riot.
Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust.
I'm the Sovereign.
That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Elda Menancia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty. but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie. Built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been.
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That here in Lenegis,
Is it going to be democracy?
dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Tarnigan's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
Go down the fort.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence
She's got a tail?
beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the
It's really just a space station, though.
Forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Renan leader, Dohalim. Improved healing arts, well, I gotta get that.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Yeah, let's. Shit, I did use quite a bit of life bottles. Let's get 6. For now. Happy bottle! Happy bottle. I've never used the happy bottles. Buy 2 of these. Sell this crap. Makes us break even, I guess.
You can never be too prepared.
Let's
but did
sleep.
we have to spend so much?
Yeah, we do have to spend so much. Oops. Guess we should cook something, right? Tack up. We'll just do an elemental defense.
This is great. The taste and aroma will blow everyone away.
Grilled mush. Oh, I hate mushrooms. Why did it have to be mushrooms? Let's watch the skit.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan Lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment, a lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's
We had to
a road
fight
that
and
I'm
live.
choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
More skits?
How long have you known?
So many.
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
More skits. Holy crap.
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Yes.
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is
She's
to
got
see
the
him moving
hots
forward
for
at
him.
last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Alright, well, I think that's going to be it for me tonight. We actually killed 2 bosses, did a lot of story, and we'll be coming back with this Monday. We'll be playing some Saints Row on the weekend. Hope you guys have a good night. We'll catch you later.